Shalom. All praise to Yahawah, BaHasham, Yahawashi, BaHasham, Rahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Much respect to the brothers that are out there preaching and teaching the truth worldwide across the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom for this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim and Akwaf that might be listening to this lesson on today. This is your brother Abad Yabah coming through with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. And the title of my lesson is Yahawashi is watching over us. Now, watching is defined as look at or observe attentively over a period of time. And Yahawashi has been watching over us for a period of time, since the beginning of time, and until we go into the new kingdom, he will still be watching over us because we have a work to do. And he's making sure, those that are supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing are doing those particular things. We all have our own particular lot. We don't have the free will to change that. Yahawashi is moving us around as he so pleases. And those of the elect are already, counted as of the elect. We're all hopeful that are in this truth that we are. But he's watching over us. So we can't put anything past him. We can't, do things and thinking that he don't see it. He has angels. He has, Yahawashi even, watching over us, making sure, that we're either taken care of or we're either, punished for the things that we are doing wrong. So without further ado, I'm going to go to my scriptures. The first being Job 34:21. And it reads, it says, "For his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings." So, Yahawashi is watching everything that we do. He's watching how we live. He's watching, if we're praying, if we're fasting, if we're in our word. He's watching everything that we do. And like I said, it's already predestined, what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. So he already knows it. But he's watching, just so we know. It's not like we can put anything past him once again. Don't think that you're going to pull a fast one on Yahawashi. It won't happen. He already knows. Psalms 32:8 reads, it says, "I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye." So he's through life, he's given us direction, through the prophets, through the word itself. He's allowing us to have, the word, the instruction, to do the things that we need to do. And he's going to watch over us still, to make sure that we're going in the right direction, going on the pathway that he desires for us to go. Once again, our lives are predestined. He already knows who's going to make it on those chariots or not, but he's still watching. This is his movie, so he's watching it to the end, and we just have to do our part, as part of this movie that he has put out with us included in it. And we're hopeful that in the end, we'll get that reward being salvation. Psalms 33:18 is my next scripture in it, and it reads, it says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy." So he's keeping an even more focused eye on those that fear him, because he knows that we're doing the right things. He knows that we're seeking him early, that we're being diligent in our comings and goings and the things that we need to do for him. And, he's keeping that eye on us And he knows that we rely on him, that we know that we're not doing it on our own, that without him we will fail. So he's keeping his eye on us, And like I said, we're hopeful. We're of the hopeful elect. And we're praying every day that we're doing the things righteously, and try not to step outside of that, because we're still wrapped in this flesh. And we have to understand that we're going to fall, but we have to get back up. And knowing that Yahawashi is watching over us, so he's going to be there to pick us up. He's going to be there to hear us, if we call on him. And how do I know this? Wow. Psalms 34:15 reads, it says, the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. So perfect segue into the scripture. We're not going to always do things righteously because we're wrapped in his flesh. So that's why we call on him. And because he's watching us, he knows, but he's waiting on our call. He's waiting on us to ask. He's waiting on us to seek him. He's waiting on us to knock, and therefore he's going to handle the things that we cry for, because he knows that we believe in him. He knows that our faith is up to par. He knows that he is everything to us, without question. So he's gonna take care of us when we cry out, So we have to let him know what we need, and not just when we need something, but always thank him, always be appreciative, and always be accountable for the things that you do wrong. So when you do pray, he'll know that you're sincere. You don't have to tell him what you've done wrong throughout the day. Like this lesson is already speaking on, he's watching over us, so he knows. So why not just be transparent when you talk to him? Tell him, the things you're working on. Tell him the things that you're desiring help with. Tell him the things that you're thankful for. And not in that order, but let him know that I know that you see me, but I pray that I be better, every day, and he's going to give you what is needed and necessary. But just know that he's watching. You don't have to, but you should be able to tell him everything that you're thankful for, that you're in need of, and that you desire, to do for him. It's about him. It's not about us. If you call on him to get you a mansion or a car or a yacht or more money in the bank, I'm not saying that he can't do those things, but why would you limit your power, your father, to a genie? We should be wanting more of him and less of ourselves, meaning less of this fleshly body, but more of him, the spirit being in us and on us, in order for us to do more for him. That's what we should be requiring and requesting. But I'm not going to stray away from my lesson. I'm going to go on to Proverbs 5:21, and it reads, it says, for the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. So, once again, Yahawashi sees everything that we do. That's without question. And he's examining it. He's making sure that we're checking the boxes, that we're doing the things that are required of us, and that we're leaning and dependent upon him and not our own understanding, that we're making our call and election sure, that we're going about our day with him first and foremost on our mind, and doing the things that are required of us and that are necessary for him to know that we fear him and that we love him by keeping the commandments, today being the Sabbath, that we're keeping the Sabbath and we're keeping it holy, as best we can in our land of captivity. There's so many things that we need to do that we should do that are not hard, that we make it hard because we don't put him first. Him being Yahawashi. We put our pleasures, we put our entertainment, we put our chasing the bag, we put everything before Yahawashi. But when it comes time of trouble, which we're coming into, then we're wanting him to take care of us individually, even collectively first, and we should understand how a relationship goes. We have relationships with people all over the earth, some of us. And if we are selfish, how do we expect that person to do anything or want or desire to do anything for us? So if we're selfish, with our time, if we're selfish with our ways, if we're selfish in our thoughts, selfish even in our communication, meaning our prayer life, selfish even sacrificing things, for Yahawashi by fasting, selfish and trying to get to know him by reading and studying. How do we expect him to put us first? Even though we're his chosen people, we can still be of the 2/3 if we're not doing things righteously. So we don't want to fall in that category. We want to make sure that we understand that we're being watched over, but we're also being watched, and he's observing us to make sure that we are of the elect, even though he knows that, but he's wanting to do a once over with us each and every day to put that on our minds. That way we, don't disrespect him, because we know he's watching, and we can't forget about that. We should always have that in the forefront of our mind, not in the back of our mind, the forefront of our mind, that he's watching. Yahawashi is watching, and he sees it all, and he knows whether we're doing evil or good. My ending scripture is Proverbs 15:3, and it reads, "The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good." So he's seeing everything, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, and he knows who is doing righteous acts, and he knows who is doing left side evil, wickedness, and deception, and carnal things. And we don't want to be the latter. We want to make sure that we're putting Yahawashi first, that he's ordering our steps, and that we're staying on that narrow path of righteousness each and every day, because we know he's watching. He knows what we're doing, and it's not up for debate. It's not up for discussion. It's not something that he has to find out later. He already knows. So that's the conclusion of my lesson. I pray that all who were listening were edified. I pray this was an edifying lesson. And as always, I give all praise to Yahawah, BaHasham, Yahawashi, BaHasham, Rakakadash. And until my next lesson, Shalom.